Let me guess, you have a password you use for almost everything. Maybe it's your dog's name followed by your birth year. And for those really important sites that demand a special character, you just tack an exclamation point on the end, right? You've been told a million times to make better passwords, and you feel the tiny pang of guilt every time you type it in, but honestly, who can possibly remember dozens of random, complicated codes? It's completely overwhelming. Well, I'm here to tell you that feeling of guilt is justified. Your passwords are probably trash, and it's not entirely your fault. The old advice we were given was bad, and our human brains just aren't built for this. But today, we're going to fix it. Together, we're going to turn your digital home from a flimsy tent into an impenetrable fortress. In our last video, What is Cybersecurity?, we learned it's all about protecting our valuable information. Well, your passwords are the front door keys to your entire digital life. They guard your emails, your bank accounts, your private photos, and your personal messages. And right now, you might be leaving that front door not just unlocked, but wide open. Here on this channel, we make cybersecurity simple. No confusing jargon, just easy to understand stories and analogies to help you stay safe online. By the end of this video, you won't just know your passwords are bad, you'll understand why they're bad, exactly how the bad guys break them, and the 3 simple laws to create keys that are practically unbreakable. To understand how to build a strong lock, we first need to understand how flimsy keys are made. So, let's take a trip to the workshop of a terrible locksmith and expose the 7 deadly sins of password creation, mistakes that an overwhelming majority of people make every single day. This is the original sin, the most common and most dangerous mistake of all. This is the sin of using passwords like password 123,456 or QWERTY. Think of it this way, this is like writing WELCOME on your doormat and then using that word as the key to your front door. It's not clever, it's the very first thing any burglar would try. And millions of people do it. For years, the #1 most common password found in data breaches across the globe is 123,456, used by over 3 million people in one analysis alone. These aren't passwords, they are public invitations for hackers. The second sin is using information that is personal to you but public to the world. This includes your name, your birthday, your pet's name, your favorite sports team, or your hometown. The analogy here is simple, this is like writing the key to your diary on the front cover of the diary itself. Cybercriminals are digital detectives, and your social media profile is their treasure map. They don't need to be geniuses, they just need to be observant. You're not creating a secret, you're handing them a list of clues. This is the big one. The mistake that turns a minor problem into a catastrophic one. This is the sin of using the same password for your email, your social media, your online shopping, and your bank. This is like having one single key, a skeleton key, that opens your house, your car, your office, and your safety deposit box. The fourth sin is a close cousin of reusing passwords. It's the habit of making tiny, predictable changes to the same base password. For example, changing Fluffy 123 to Fluffy 124, or updating Summer 2023 to Summer 2024. This is like thinking you've secured your house by painting the front door a different color. The key is still the exact same shape. Hackers' programs are designed to recognize these patterns. Cybercriminals call this a hybrid attack, and their automated tools are specifically built to defeat this lazy attempt at security. This sin is rooted in old, outdated advice. For years, we were told that 8 characters was the gold standard. Today, that's dangerously insecure. Think of a password like a combination lock. A lock with 3 number dials has only 1,000 possible combinations. A child could guess it eventually. But a lock with 10 dials has 10 billion possible combinations. Every character you add to your password doesn't just add one more step for a hacker, it multiplies the total number of possibilities, often by 50 or more. Length is not just a feature, it's the foundation of a strong password. This is the sin of pure convenience. It's when you create a password based on the layout of your keyboard, like QWERTY, ASDFGHJKL, or 1CAS2WSX. This is the digital equivalent of a locksmith discovering that 90% of people set their bicycle lock combination to 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a pattern so obvious and so common that it's one of the very first things a password cracking program will check. It's a shortcut for you, but it's an even bigger shortcut for them. Finally, we have the sin that makes us feel smart but leaves us just as vulnerable. This is the mistake of taking a common word and swapping letters for numbers or symbols, like changing password to PSSW0RD. You think you're being clever, like a spy putting on a fake mustache to go incognito. But the problem is, the bad guys have been looking for that exact fake mustache for 20 years. It's not a disguise anymore, it's a uniform. This false sense of security is one of the most dangerous traps of all. Okay, so we've admitted our keys are flimsy. We're guilty of at least one of those sins, probably more. But how do the burglars, the cracking bots, actually break them? You might picture a shadowy hacker in a hoodie, sitting in a dark room, furiously typing to guess your password. The reality is far more efficient and terrifying. It's not one person, it's an army of automated computer programs trying millions, or even billions, of keys per second. They aren't guessing, they're calculating. Let's open up the playbook and see the 3 main strategies they use to break down your door. It doesn't try to be clever. It just starts at 000, then tries 001, then 002, and so on, at a speed of thousands of combinations every second. It's a dumb method, but with a simple lock, it is guaranteed to work, and it will work incredibly fast. This is where password length becomes the only thing that matters. The robot's power is useless against a lock with too many possibilities. Let's look at the cracking timetable. This shows how long it would take a standard hacking computer to brute force your password based on its length and complexity. Look at this table. It's the most important lesson of this entire video. An 8-character password, even a random one with all character types, can be cracked in a matter of hours. But just by jumping to 12 random characters, the time required explodes to 34,000 years. This is why sin number 5, using short passwords, is a fatal error. You're handing the brute force robot a lock it can solve before you've finished your morning coffee. The brute force robot is powerful but inefficient. So, the hackers built a smarter bot. Instead of trying every single possible combination in order, this bot uses a dictionary attack. The brute force robot was trying every key on a giant key ring with trillions of keys. The dictionary attack robot is a smart shopper. It has a book of the 10 million most commonly used keys, and it tries all of those first. Your password, dragon, monkey, sunshine, or I love you, is on page 1 of that book. This bot is designed to find predictable human behavior, and it is ruthlessly effective. This brings us to the masterstroke, the single most common and effective attack used today. It's called credential stuffing, and it's the direct and devastating consequence of reusing passwords. Remember the skeleton key from Act 1. Credential stuffing is how the master thief uses it. Imagine a massive data breach happens at generic social media site. Hackers steal the entire user database, a list of millions of emails and the corresponding passwords. The hacker doesn't care about your old forum posts. They take that list and use an army of bots to automatically try those exact same email and password combinations on every important website in the world: Gmail, Amazon, PayPal, your bank. This is the fuel for the credential stuffing fire. Your habit of reusing passwords is the sole reason this devastatingly effective attack works. Okay, that was scary. It can feel like the bots are unstoppable and that staying safe is hopeless. But here's the secret: their entire playbook, every single trick we just discussed, relies on us making weak, predictable, and reused keys. If we stop doing that, their whole industrialized system of hacking falls apart. The power is actually in our hands. It's time to fight back. It's time to learn the 3 laws of digital defense. The first law directly counters the brute force robot. The single most important factor in a password strength is its length. But trying to remember a long string of random characters is impossible. Instead of a complex, hard-to-remember password, you should use a long, easy-to-remember passphrase. Stop trying to memorize something like JG7, place 9S. Instead, think of a secret sentence that is memorable only to you. It's long, you can actually type it and remember it, and as we saw on the cracking timetable, a simple 4-word passphrase would take a computer billions of years to guess through brute force. You are trading useless complexity for effective length. The second law is the ultimate defense against credential stuffing. The only realistic way to have a unique, strong password for every single website is to let a program do it for you. You need to use a password manager. You cannot forge 100 unique, unbreakable keys and remember which one goes to which door. Nobody can. A password manager is your personal, high-security digital vault. It does 2 critical things for you. First, it generates a long, random, super high-entropy password for every single new account you create. Second, it securely remembers all of them for you. This one tool completely neutralizes the threat of credential stuffing. The third and final law is your safety net. It's the move that protects you even if a hacker somehow manages to steal one of your keys. You must enable multi-factor authentication, or MFA, on all of your important accounts. The concept of MFA is simple. It's like having 2 different types of locks on your front door. The first lock is opened by your password, which is something you know. The second lock requires something you physically have, most commonly, your phone. So even if a thief manages to steal your house key, your password, they get to the door and they're stuck. This extra layer of security is incredibly powerful. Today, we built the fortress. We secured the locks and the keys to our digital kingdom. But it raises a bigger question: what are we actually protecting inside? What are the crown jewels of our information that are so valuable? In the world of cybersecurity, professionals focus on protecting three core principles: the secrecy of our data, its accuracy, and our ability to access it when we need it. They call this the CIA triad: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. It is the fundamental philosophy behind all of cybersecurity. Understanding it is the key to understanding what's truly at stake every time you log in. And that's exactly what we'll break down, with simple analogies of course, in our next video. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Stay safe out there.